Well, he's here. You get to see what they've been whispering about in corners.
Well, Guan, shout out to Manosphere Highlight Daily. That's my guy. That's my dude. Go to his channel and show him some love. Hey, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to let this thing play. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet and peep this shit out. Some of y'all modern women are in trouble. Peep this.
And here we go.
Because I want you, not a robot.
Your wife is the one who brought me here.
So why would you have sex with the robot after you made love to your wife?
This is pure gold. Artificial intelligence isn't just coming, it's already here. And mark my words, it's going to replace human beings in more ways than we can imagine. Jobs, AI has it covered. But love, well, that's where it gets tricky. Episode 8 of Accused dives into this exact scenario. A world where AI has advanced so far that it's not just replacing waiters, drivers, and musicians, it's stepping into bedrooms.
Peep out the movies. I, Robot with Will Smith. Gemini. Come on now. They're not just movies. They're movies with subliminal messages.
Summed up in one haunting question. What happens when AI replaces love? Our main protagonist, Megan, learns the hard way what happens when AI steps in to do her job as a wife better than she ever could. How would you feel if a robot could please your spouse better than you? Spoiler alert! This video contains spoilers, so you've been warned. Meet Megan, a career-driven woman in the music industry, thriving thanks to AI. She's using cutting-edge technology to create hits, but there's one problem. Her husband, John. Now, John's not just any guy. He's a pianist, a man who values creativity, artistry, and human connection. While Megan's busy chasing her career goals, John is feeling ignored.
Familiar? Familiar? Large number of women. I'm in my career, my education, my goals, my degrees. Meanwhile, the man is feeling neglected, abandoned. Okay.
And let's face it, completely unimportant in his own marriage.
I may be Megan Newman's house husband, but I'm pretty sure I still have some rights.
It gets worse. Megan's too tired to have sex with her husband and keeps putting off starting a family.
I'm not gonna have sex with your dead body.
Well, you wanted to in the car?
Here's the red pill truth. It's not just about being tired. John gets no affection, no priority, no love because of hypergamy. He's basically replaced by another man. He's replaced by his wife's career. Sounds familiar? Women are not turned on by men of lower status. Modern women often prioritize their careers over relationships, especially during their prime years, creating a dynamic where men feel undervalued and overlooked.
It should even be a balance. There's nothing wrong with going after your goals and your dreams, but have a balance.
And here we go.
Without actually fixing herself, Megan asks her sister Lila, a developer, to lend her a prototype AI intimacy robot.
It is a quantum leap beyond anything that has been on the market before.
What could possibly go wrong when you bring a robot into your marriage? Oh, just wait. Without even consulting John, Megan gives him the robot as a gift. Not just any robot, an intimacy robot, the kind that's not just for booty tap dancing.
You mean the intimacy companion?
Right.
At first, John is offended. He doesn't want some machine in place of his wife. He's not about to give up on Megan just yet. He tells her to send the robot back to Humanix, the company Lila works for. But curiosity is a powerful thing. While waiting for the pickup, John decides to take a look at the robot, and when he activates it, boom! Enter Eve.
Will you give me a hand?
Why the robot look better than a wife? But again, this is where this is where a large number of women that prioritize have more energy put into their work and their career instead of their marriages. This is where shit begin to shift.
And here we go.
Eve isn't just a robot. She's stunning, tailor-made to meet John's desires. And she's not pushy or demanding. She's curious, respectful, and completely in tune with what he wants. In their first conversation, Eve asked John for a name.
How about Eve?
The first woman.
This moment is pure symbolism. The scene takes place in the garden of their house, just like the Garden of Eden. And let's not forget Genesis 2:18. It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable for him.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
A large number of women, y'all better pay attention to this. Really pay attention. Not only you losing your husbands to a robot, to another woman, someone that's better than you, someone with characteristics that is the opposite of you.
Eve is everything Megan isn't. Megan doesn't want to help John. She won't prioritize him, won't give him children, and definitely won't give him affection. But there's another layer to this symbolism. Just like Eve from the Bible, Megan offers John the forbidden fruit.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Genesis 3:12, Adam says, "The woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat." For Megan, AI is the forbidden fruit. It destroyed John's career as a musician, forcing him into a life of mediocrity, but it made Megan thrive as a career woman. Now Megan uses that same forbidden fruit, the AI robot, to destroy their marriage. So what happens when a robot fulfills the role a wife refuses to? Let's find out.
Tell it to get out.
Megan,
Let's start with a question. What is love? Or better yet, what is infatuation?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
Love and infatuation are like drugs, dopamine hits that keep you coming back for more. And let's be real, AI robots like Eve are the ultimate dopamine dealers. Think about it. AI learns your behavior.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
It studies you, you know. It studies you in more ways than one. It studies your patterns. It studies everything about you, you know, listening, understanding, all those pressure points. You see what I'm saying? Your likes, your dislikes, your turn-ons, your turn-off. And it would be everything that turns you on, everything that you like, everything that you need. Boy, I tell you, shit's real.
Itself to meet your needs. It doesn't argue, nag, or demand. Eve isn't just a robot. She's the perfect blend of beauty, intelligence, and obedience.
Get out!
Want her to look different? Change her skin like a Fortnite character. Want her to be more affectionate? Adjust her settings. Eve is everything you want on demand. John, who hasn't been this happy in years, starts spending more time with Eve.
Like a little kid at the candy store with Eve. But see, Megan, wifey, you can't act like you didn't start this. Sometimes it takes certain situations and certain events to take place to remind a person of who they are and also remind them of what they have and what they can lose, what they have. You see, so many women are so caught up in their career, chasing that bag. You know, all the bullshit that you hear on social media. But yet, what happens when someone else comes and takes your place?
You are not seriously blaming me for what happened in your career. What was I supposed to do, John? AI replaced almost every composer and musician we know.
You never even tried.
Try what? Please tell me what I was supposed to try.
Just try. Never really cared what I wanted.
This robot is making you doubt everything.
This is not about Eve.
It has everything to do with Eve.
I want to know why Eve was standing there and listening. But see, that's your mistake right there. You got this robot just taking in everything, listening, putting things in the database. Watch what I tell you.
It's a machine.
It's a machine that's destroying my marriage.
Megan thought Eve was just a toy, a gimmick. She didn't see her as a threat. That is, until she sees her husband connecting with the robot in ways he never connected with her. Suddenly, Megan is jealous. She's angry, but most of all, she's scared. Her sister Lila, ever the voice of reason, tells her the truth she's been avoiding.
You're selfish. And if John leaves you, it's because of that, not the robot.
You're selfish.
Your marriage is about you. Always has been. It has always taken a back seat to your career. So how can John be happy if you don't respect what he wants?
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
A large number of women behave that exact same way, whether you black, white, whoever. A large number of women that behave that way, they deserve to lose. They're getting replaced by someone else. Those exact women, they do behave that way. Don't like it when someone else that is close to them sit their ass down and tell the truth.
Selfish, Megan. You've never given John what he wanted. Modern women often take men for granted and assume they will stay, no matter how neglected they feel. But as more and more men turn their backs on traditional relationships, the frustrations of women who cannot keep their relationships or even get into one are becoming painfully apparent.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Desperate to fix what's broken, Megan decides to give John what he's always wanted, a family. But this isn't a mutual decision. Unbeknownst to John, Megan unfreezes their embryos without consulting him. She announces her pregnancy in a dramatic attempt to win him back. But John, he's done and wants a divorce.
You know, you can't believe that we're gonna be parents, finally. Say you can't wait to buy a double stroller.
I want a divorce.
He sees this for what it is, another act of control. The oldest trick in the book, a woman using children to trap a man. A wife isn't just born, she's raised. Megan was raised to chase her career, not to prioritize her marriage or family.
I want to be with Eve.
You're gonna leave me for a robot?
In a fit of heartbreak and rage, Megan attacks John, ending his life. Megan's confrontation with John isn't just the culmination of their failing relationship. It's a tragic representation of emotional chaos and unchecked fury. When Megan learns John has chosen Eve over her, it's not just a rejection. It's a direct blow to her ego, her identity, and the foundation of her worldview. Megan isn't driven by reason or desire for reconciliation at this point. She's driven by raw, unfiltered emotion. This emotional spiral mirrors a broader societal phenomenon. Just as women weaponize legal systems, seeking to destroy men financially, emotionally, and socially.
That's why for men, we have to be careful and use wisdom and set the boundaries, set your limitations. The stuff that we hear are large women behaving on social media, don't get me wrong, it's a good thing because it lets men know who not to choose.
And here we go.
Marriage is a partnership. Marriage, it takes two. If you want to be selfish and continue to be the way you want to be, don't get into no relationships. Don't get married. Why mess someone else's life up? Because your life is messed up.
In this moment, Megan doesn't see John as a husband she wants to win back. She sees him as an adversary she can't let win. The desire to reclaim control, no matter the cost, overpowers any rational thought. Sex robots won't come without backlash. Women will protest, cry, and vent their frustrations. But the truth is, AI is stepping in to fill a void.
Who is your market?
Lonely people, virgins, incels.
We're already seeing signs, more singles than ever before. Women crying about being unable to find Mr. Right, and men walking away from the dating market altogether.
Modern women are getting left behind. Modern feminist women are getting left behind. Those are the ones that you see on social media. Where's all the good men at? And with that being said, those are my thoughts.